of these are the most common foot types I see. This is one of the most common places. Then, once again. Same thing with the Achilles tendon. It connects the leg and the foot. And you have a leg that's internally rotating, okay, and a foot that's pronating. You have this going on. You're abducting and internally rotating. What am I doing to the Achilles tendon? I'm bringing out all the vascularity to it. And the older you get, the less vascular it is. But is there any reason I'm going to have an Achilles tendonitis doing this? No. I don't believe how much money I make doing this. I swear. Thank God. But, because I wasn't that bright. Achilles tendonitis is a precursor to a tear, by the way. I know you know that. Tendinosis is physical death, biological death of the tissue, which a lot of these heel pain things are not plantar fasciitis now, they're calling it a fasciosis. I bring this slide because sinus tarsi syndrome is there more than you think. It's the last piece of the puzzle in healing a lateral ankle sprain. It's the most common sequelae of a lateral ankle sprain. And that last little bit of that ankle sprain, that lateral ankle sprain doesn't get better. You're dealing with the sinus tarsi syndrome because the sinus tarsi, the root of the sinus tarsi, is the anterior talofibular ligament. Okay? Here. So you got them rehab, their strength is back, and they still, you put your finger in there, still kill. What happens with this is if you have a kid that has a pronation of any kind, that's had it before the injury, if he has any kind of pronated foot, whether it's high, low, 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 that last bit of pronation, the subtalar joint, the talus plantar flexing, and adducting, irritates the hell out of that anterior talofib. So, what I love tape. I love modalities. So, I use the tape. I tape, and now I put an insert in. It doesn't have to be custom. You pull it off the shelf. Foot management has a device. There's a couple great little old things out there. Power Step. Just if you're frustrated, you get the last 10% to get better. Throw an insert. You see that foot pronated, and then you're going to be done. Once in a while we have to, put some cortisone in there, but a lot of times we don't. It's not like a cortisone deficiency of the body, it's a mechanical deficiency of the body.
I'm confused. I had a female soccer goalie. She had sinus tarsi, big time. Then also, she had inflamed perineal tendonitis, and I didn't know where or what was coming from where. She did pronate. They had MRI whole 9 yards, and they found out that her perineal tendon was shredded, so she had to have surgery. Mm-hmm. So how do you look at something like that? Is this perineal tendonitis or is it sinus tarsi? She had both of them.
Well, you can, but the most important thing is, let me just get back, is they're in a little bit of a different location. This is going to be right here. It's more anterior,
Right.
sinus tarsi.
Right.
The perineal, you're going to come down here and back behind a little bit.
Right.
So, but you can have it both, anything simultaneously. The shredding thing,
It was underneath the foot, right, with insert.
well, it doesn't, but if it's,
The
the longest goes all the way underneath.
right.
I hope it wasn't shredded underneath.
Just one.
Mine maybe. You know, thank God. Because I don't know if you start to repair that, just the incision to repair something like that is a nightmare. Kid's back.
She's in a cast, had surgery, she's in a cast, she's in soft cast on. We're gonna start rehabbing.
So where's the incision? Did you see the incision?
No, she's in a cast right now.
All right, so when you see, will you call me?
Right. It was the anomaly. I never seen anything like that.
I've seen perennial tendonitis and sinus tarsitis syndrome at the same time, but I've never seen it operated on. The last thing I want to do is operate. I swear. The older, well, maybe that's it. No, I can fix. If I have a little patience and I get a coach and a parent and a kid that works with me, you know, it's almost new. I just was turned on to a guy named Lee who is in California, and he has some simple exercises and combinations that seem to be working called E-exercises. So has anyone ever heard this fellow? Egoscue? G-O-S-Q-U-E. Google the guy. I just learned that too. Because I've gotten some people better in like and they're doing it at home. I mean, for shin splints especially at home. And I've never seen anything like that. Okay, so we're good. Okay, we all see this. Is this a nightmare? Is this annoying or what? Plantar fasciitis? Do you see a lot of this or not? The completed athletes? Okay. The pronation, the foot, remember, is going from here to here to here, and then they have to recover, so they have to, remember the medial heel lift that they talked about in school, the early heel lift and the medial heel lift, and you see the kid with all these calluses on his big toe or the inside of the first MPJ. It's from this. It's that pronated foot that recovers too late, and the Achilles gets pulled up, and then they have to spin off that callus. They get a sesamoiditis, a turf toe. They'll get a stress fracture of the second or third net. How many guys and girls in here have seen get some stress fractures of those metatarsals? Where are they most commonly? Second and third? Second. That first metatarsal is supposed to take 60% of your weight. If you're doing this, if you're spinning, that first metatarsal is coming out of the way, he's not doing anything. All the weight's going to 2 and 3. That's what I'm doing. And the plantar fascia, the same thing with that pronation. It hits, comes down too far, then you have to recover, and all your weight is over that toe. Where's that plantar fascia doing? It's doing this. It's got to go. So rest won't do it. You got to fix the mechanics. And you see it in a high arch foot because the high arch foot takes that plantar fascia to its last little bit and then goodbye. Pronated foot, same thing. It just stretches it. Okay. Look at all the foot types you see plantar fasciitis in. Basically all foot types. That's why it's so common. That's why heel pain is so common. That's why kids are not flexible when you see those Seaver's disease and the calcaneal poplicitis. You have the 8 to 12-year-old kids in spikes, let alone, the cleats running soccer, hard surfaces, bang, 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 tight gastroc, flat foot, high arch foot. You're going to get heel pain. So make sure in really dry weather you get them in turf shoes. They wouldn't like it, the little soccer kids, but that's what you got to do to get rid of heel pain if they want to play. Fit them with some type of insole. Takes you all of 5 seconds. Stand them up, boom, boom, watch them walk, we'll do this. And then you move on. Stress fracture, same thing. All preventable. Isn't it amazing that you can prevent all these things? by a good little jab. You all, see, this is it. I'm done. You all know what it looks like. That did it. Good night and thank you for coming. Don't forget to tip your servers.